Yo, what is up guys? It's me exactly back bringing you some more daily NBA news. Hope you're all having a great day so far, and thank you for joining me back here once again. As always, you guys are the real MVPs. Can't thank you enough, and if you're new here, then yes, you are also greatly appreciated. Remember to like the video, sub to the channel, and hit the bell as well though, so you can stay up to date with everything that's going on in the NBA on a daily basis. Speaking of which, now let's just take a look at everything that is going on in the NBA. But first, a quick word about this video sponsor, athleticcases.com. Basketball, baseball, football, or soccer, no matter what the sport, you guys can now rock your favorite player on the back of your phone. Use the promo code ZACHLEAVE for 10% off your order. Links are in the description box below. And the first story that we had to cover today is Brad Stevens strapping Kyrie Irving down to a chair in a dark room and questioning him until he spills the beans on the weaknesses of LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, maybe that was a little bit exaggerated, but you get the point. Brad Stevens said yesterday that he and Kyrie Irving had a very long discussion on the weaknesses and strengths of LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers before game 1 of their series against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Brad Stevens says he spent a lot of time yesterday with Kyrie Irving, says he picked Irving's brain about LeBron and the other 4 returning Cavs players and their strengths and weaknesses. LeBron James, in and of himself, has no weaknesses. The guy is not human. He cannot be stopped. There is absolutely nothing you can do on the basketball court to try and contain LeBron James. That being said, the Indiana Pacers try to do what the Golden State Warriors do, which is just let LeBron be LeBron. They know nothing they would throw at LeBron would be able to even slow him down. So just let LeBron be LeBron, but turn your attention to every other player on the court. Do not let anyone besides LeBron do anything on the offensive end. That was the approach that the Indiana Pacers took, and it almost worked out for them. They almost got away with it, but they just didn't have enough firepower to still get past LeBron James. And the Boston Celtics, I do think, could take a similar approach if they wanted to. They had the defensive personnel to be able to shut down everyone else on the Cleveland Cavaliers. But the question remains, without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward, will they have the firepower to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers? And that is why, of course, Brad Stevens is asking Kyrie Irving, what can I do to help us give a better chance of beating LeBron James? What game plan can I come up with in order for us to do what no other team in the East has been able to do for the past 7 years? They are searching for that secret sauce, that secret formula to stop LeBron James. And I'm really curious to see if they can do it too. Brad Stevens is of course one heck of a coach, and I will say this, if Brad Stevens is able to draw up some magical formula to beat LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, I don't care who voted for who when it comes to coach of the year. All previous votes have to be disregarded, and Brad Stevens has to be recognized as the unanimous coach of the year if the Boston Celtics are able to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. Speaking of LeBron James, while the Boston Celtics are focusing their efforts on trying to beat LeBron James, the New York Knicks are focusing their efforts on trying to recruit LeBron James. Because you know the old saying, if you can't beat them, then, you know, try and get them on your side. As get this, LeBron James' agent was reportedly quizzed by the New York Knicks front office before they hired Dave Fizdale. The New York Knicks reportedly spoke with LeBron James' agent Rich Paul before hiring David Fizdale as their new head coach Monday. According to Mark Berman of the New York Post, Knicks president Steve Mills and general manager Scott Perry reached out to Paul to discuss Fizdale rather than talking to James, perhaps to avoid potential tampering. Wait, hold on. Didn't the Los Angeles Lakers get in trouble for contacting Paul George's manager? Isn't that the whole thing that got them fined for tampering? In New York, I seriously hope this isn't a ploy to try and get LeBron James. I seriously hope that you don't actually believe you have a chance at signing LeBron James. I'm sorry, but I just can't see any situation in which LeBron James would sign up to play with the New York Knicks this summer. In New York, you guys should be focusing all of your attention on the upcoming draft and the young players that you do already have, instead of chasing this pipe dream that is signing LeBron James. Moving on to our next story though, and surprise, this one also revolves around LeBron James. As he was interviewed yesterday, and in this interview he was asked about the firing of Dwane Casey and whether or not he agrees with the popular opinion that's circulating in the NBA world that it's LeBron James' fault, his fault, that Dwane Casey got fired.
Dwane was fired today, and all of social media is blaming you for it. And when so many franchises, the long-running narrative with you is you've destroyed all of these teams that can't get through you, and then Dwane gets fired because he keeps losing to you. What do you make of that? What do you think about that when you hear that all these teams are blowing up and because they can't get through you?
I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely not a one-man army.
I ain't buying what you're selling, LeBron. All right, I ain't buying what you're selling, and here's why. Everyone that knows anything about basketball at all knows that you are the reason Dwane Casey just got canned. You can talk about you not being a one-man army, and it's true. The other guys in the Cavs did play really well in that series against the Toronto Raptors. J.R. Smith, Kyle Korver, George Hill, Kevin Love, all of those guys stepped their games up against the Toronto Raptors, but you were still the reason why the Raptors weren't able to beat the Cavs. So you once again stopped Dwane Casey from getting past you, which is why he got fired. So LeBron James technically is the reason why Dwane Casey got fired, which leads us into our next story. And this is just something that I wanted to share with you guys. As an NBA parody site published an article about LeBron James supposedly helping the Toronto Raptors find their next head coach, and I just wanted to read a couple of the entries from this article to you guys. LeBron James has demonstrated a greater understanding of the Raptors basketball team than any individual within the organization itself. His altruism in helping our players execute sets better shows a lot about his character. And this was a quote by LeBron himself. The Toronto Raptors have provided me with nothing but great memories over the years, and I just wanted to start giving back. I've always put an emphasis on entertaining this great fan base with highlight reel dunks and shots that they'd never be able to see otherwise from their own sorry players. But I wanted to do more than say thanks. Raptors fans, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have shared this, but I had to. However, what makes this even worse is that part of this stems from truth. See, the part about LeBron James helping the Raptors run their own plays, yeah, that part is actually true. As we also got reports yesterday saying that LeBron James helped the Raptors run their own plays. And this comes from ex-Cavs GM David Griffin. As he said yesterday that LeBron did this not in this year's playoffs that he knows of, but he did it in the 2017 playoffs. I watched him on the floor against Toronto tell Patrick Patterson where he was supposed to go on the play they had called out of a timeout in the fourth quarter. He was like, no, Pat, you're supposed to stand over there and you're gonna pin down for DeMar over here. This dude has to be in the head of every single Raptors player. If he's telling them how to run their own plays, it's over. Just imagine you're on offense, all right? You're on offense and the guy defending you on defense is telling you what you're supposed to be doing on the play that was just called, and it turns out he's right. You know how psychologically damaging that would be. And at this point, it doesn't really matter who the Raptors hire as their head coach, all right? As long as Toronto has that same core of players, it don't matter. As long as LeBron is in the East, they will never get past LeBron James. He has psychologically imprisoned the Toronto Raptors. And our last story of the day comes to us in the form of drama between Tristan Thompson and Matt Barnes. So everyone knows about all the mess that Tristan Thompson has been caught up with, this whole Kardashian thing with him being spotted with these IG models out here, even though he's with one of the infinite number of Kardashians that there are. Anyways, Tristan Thompson allegedly said this when it comes to why it is that he's not able to stay loyal. Tristan explained to Chloe that there were women constantly throwing themselves at him and he felt pressure to not refuse them because it's an unspoken rule in the NBA that players hook up with groupies on the road. This dude right here, this dude, he's trying to tell me that that was his defense. Well, see, honey, everybody's doing it, so I have to do it too. You can't blame me for doing it when everybody is doing it. First off, that has to be the dumbest excuse that I have ever heard of, and I highly doubt that there's an unwritten rule saying that players have to hook up with groupies given the chance. If you don't hook up with the groupie, you cannot be considered one of us. And secondly, you just snitched, Tristan Thompson. I mean, you just caused a lot of unnecessary drama for a lot of these players out here when maybe they didn't even do anything in the first place, but now all of a sudden, because of your stupidity, their wives or girlfriends have them in the hot seat for something that just said, even though it might not be true. And that is why Matt Barnes decided that he had to rip into Tristan Thompson yesterday as he posted this on Instagram. I've been hearing this a lot for the past couple of days. If this dude really said this, this sucker is trash straight up. If No one else will say it. You messed up and take it on the chin, dog. Don't try and throw everyone else under the bus. Hashtag who raised these guys. Tristan Thompson just found a way to out D'Angelo Russell. He was like, yo, D'Lo only got Nick Young in trouble when he snitched. That's just one guy. Everyone sit back and watch this. All y'all are in trouble now because I'm ratting on you, and you. This guy's just dumb. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more daily NBA news. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see all of you right back here tomorrow. But until then, keep getting the buckets, Team ICC, and I'm out of here. Peace.